3-1 defeat here at Coventry tonight. What did you make of your team's performance?
I didn't think it was a 3-1. I thought it was a tighter game than that. We just can't feel sorry for ourselves. You know, if people turn it in on us, that's their sort of opinion. We're disappointed. I think it didn't look like a team that was at the bottom of the division against a team at the top who were flying, who were scoring goals left, right and centre. We were well in the game for right away up until the 94th minute. You know, the final goal we're chasing. There's bits and pieces on that. You know, maybe the quality towards the back, the last 20 minutes when you're chasing a game, you need to show a little bit more calmness and a little bit more composure and quality then, because we had opportunities. I think that comes with the situation that we're in. We have to defend our goal better. The second goal's, obviously, you've seen it. The first one's a long throw into our box that we've not tracked a runner on. Disappointing to lose, obviously, Michael at half time, which knocked us back. And I thought, you know, we were well in the game for long periods. It didn't feel like a top running away with things against a team that's obviously struggling at the moment to pick results up.
I imagine at half-time you knew that they were going to come out strong. Is it disappointing the nature of those 2 goals conceded after the break?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's always going to be a reaction. It'd be a reaction from anyone, but we just have to deal with the situation better. It's a long throw that we have to deal with. So I've got to find a way. I've got to find a way to sort that issue out, because you know it's a poor goal from our point of view. As I said, lots of encouraging signs first half. I thought that the attitude of the team was really good. But the way we played, we caused them problems. I think they were always going to, with the players that they've got at the top of the pitch and the calmness that they've got about him and the belief in what they're doing and the position that they're in. Always going to cause us a few problems, but there wasn't too many to write home about. And I thought we gave them as much problems as they give us first half. But you just have to deal with a long throw better, and we haven't dealt with it. You see that part out. We talk about game management. You see that part out, and then does it become an edgy and a nervous game for them? But we were always in it. But that ain't enough for me, that we're always in it, because we haven't got anything from the game. So we're going to have to dust ourselves down. There's no time to, you know, I'm learning about certain things left, right and centre, as I know in January can't come quick enough, as you can imagine, to make the obvious changes that we'll need to make to give ourselves a better chance going forward. But at the moment, we've just got to dig in. We've got to believe in what we're doing. I think the process of the team in terms of out of possession, in possession against the team at the top of the division, yet again, similar to all the games that we've played. We've not been overrun. We've not been dominated by anybody. But we're coming out on the wrong side of results. So we have to flip that round and change that. And I've got to find a way for us to do that. But no wrecking ball to it all. There's always a gauge from the supporters. I thought there was a gauge from the supporters at Preston. I thought there was a gauge on the supporters tonight, that what they saw, and really disappointed that we've not given something to go on with. But we have to go again. It's going to be a tough game on Saturday, and I know there'll be a negativity around the place, and it's up to us to deal with that. Always talked about it. It's professional footballers. When the champagne's dripping from the ceiling, it's easy to play, and it's a tough gig at the moment, but we have to find a way, and we have to show that courage mentally to deal with the situation, and go and produce a big performance. I think there were some big performances from us tonight, but ultimately we've come out of a tight game on the wrong end again, and that's a disappointing aspect.
After conceding the second, the subs seemed to make an impact, and right at the end there were a couple of chances, and it just seems you look at the minute on a few situations, the ball just wouldn't sit for you, did it, in that last 10 minutes?
No, but we've got to earn our own luck. We're finding a way. I said I thought we caused them, I should imagine, as many problems as anybody's caused them all season. In my opinion, in terms of how we played first half and the last 15 or 20 minutes. In terms of the territory we got into and where we got the ball, but we just need to find that bit. And I don't think that if anybody would have been here tonight, if we'd have got back in the game from that period, the last 20 minutes would have been shocked that we did. but we haven't, and we have to deal with that. We had enough opportunities to get something from the game, but ultimately, as we talk about, both boxes have decided the game yet again. Our inability to find that bit at the end, and an inability to deal with a set play and a long throw.
Do you believe with what you've seen on the training pitch and on the field that the results will come over coming weeks?
Well, I think when you see tonight, if you're getting bit 3 or 4 and it's an onslaught and it's one-way traffic and goalkeepers having to make save after save after save, then potentially I will be saying that. But I've just said that there's nothing in any of the games that we've played. The games are decided by actions and big moments in both boxes. We've got to find more actions and moments and big moments for us to get ourselves up and scoring, and we've got to deal with the pressure when they have their bit. But as I said, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't one-way traffic. It wasn't backs against the wall. It wasn't save after save after save. It wasn't people clearing balls off the line and making last-ditch tackles. There was a belief and a confidence in how we went about it, and a game plan to match. But if you don't deal with a long throw just after half-time, and you have a situation where goalkeeper punches it onto somebody's back of his head, and these things are going to hurt you, and they're certainly hurting us. But we've got to dust ourselves down and go again, and stick together and find a way.
Situation with Michael Cooper, is that a back issue?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, back and neck issue, which is, I think, it's really unfortunate, and just seems to be the way at the moment in terms of, it certainly wasn't an ideal situation. Adam's not played a lot of football. There's nothing to blame on that one, but you don't really want to change around your goalkeeper and make that substitution in the way that we did, and especially with feeling encouraging signs in terms of our first half performance.
Do you know roughly whether that's kind of precautionary or whether he'll be out?
No, it's not precautionary. No, he wasn't. He wasn't in a great way, because so the medical people are going to have to work extremely hard to get him right for Saturday.
And you gave Tom Cannon a start tonight after keeping him out of the matchday squad at the weekend. What did you make of what he did this evening?
I thought the game plan first half to run down the sides of their 2 centre halves worked. We just needed to find that second goal, because we got into some great positions. Forced them on the back foot. We knew that they would have their bits of quality that they had. But as I said, for me, it wasn't one-way traffic. I wasn't favourite looking to the left or for the first half. I was looking to the right just as much as left, and Tom stretched the game for us. Tyree stretched the game for us. But Tom's another player, like a lot of them, that are searching and trying to find the form that we know that they've got.